Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah, and I have an energy reading for you today. So, if you'd like to hear it, just stay tuned and we're going to jump right into the energy. So, this reading already feels like someone who is in survival mode. And I'm not talking about someone who's stressed out or busy. No, I'm talking about the kind of survival mode where your nervous system never fully relaxes. It's like a part of you is always wanting to just sort of hide from life because you're always waiting for the next thing to go wrong. And honestly, that makes sense with the cards that I pulled today. Um, the first thing I noticed about the cards is that there is an unbalanced root chakra. Now stay with me, okay? I know it's a little bit woo-wooing out there, but your root chakra is where the safety, stability, security, that's where that is housed inside of your body. So if you've been struggling with security, stability, those types of things, there's a good chance that your root chakra needs to be balanced. And you can do that many different ways. Give it a Google, see how to balance your root chakra. And that might help in some instances that you're going through at this time. So those things may feel really shaky right now, like your foundation, just the money coming in and out. And the card is the Six of Pentacles that came up first. Now, this card can absolutely point to an imbalance around giving and receiving. And for some of you, you might have been overgiving for a really long time. Things like energy and money, maybe like emotional labor, physical labor. Maybe you've decided to give someone a hand in your life and it's turned out to be a little bit more than you bargained for. And maybe you're even wondering if it's even worth this stress that you're going through. This card is about someone who is giving to people who deserve and people who don't. See, he's giving to this person here, but he's not giving to this person because this person is not in full, he's not appreciating what he's getting from the exchange. This person is, and this person is you. You are understanding what deserves your time, what deserves your physical and mental abilities, and you're coming to the conclusion that perhaps this situation doesn't deserve the amount of attention that you've been giving it, okay? But you're such a loving person. I mean, it's very clear in the cards that you love to give to people. It's kind of like your thing. You're a very generous and charitable individual. And so that's super good, right? And the next card that I pulled is the Four of Pentacles. Okay, let's see, the Four of Pentacles there. So not only are you pouring from an empty cup and calling it, strength, right? But your body is saying, no, we're done. We can't do this any longer. Absolutely not. And so this energy reminds me of like holding on really tightly to something, even if it's no longer serving you, okay? So maybe you're hanging on really tightly to money, maybe some control. Maybe it's because you're uncertain about things. Things are unknown to you at this time. Perhaps I'm speaking to someone who's recently downsized, maybe retired from their job. Maybe you're wanting to move sometime soon. Perhaps you're already in that process and you're kind of taking a collective look over your finances and you're trying to discern what you can afford. And I know with the way that the world is right now, with especially here in America, gas prices are just crazy, and food prices, are very foundational things. That's why the root chakra keeps coming up, because that's something that we need to survive. Food, a home to live in, transportation, so gas, things like that. And the person I'm speaking to here has really been struggling lately with that. You may be holding on to something too tightly, whether it's material possessions, or maybe it's even an emotional attachment to someone or something, some situation. There's a lot of confusion surrounding this, perhaps. Maybe you thought things would be a certain way at this point in your life, and they're just not at all what you thought. So you're sort of reeling from this and trying to understand where to go next. And the reason why I say you're reeling is because you did get the Tower card. Now, the Tower card comes out when there's a sudden change. It comes around when something's not stable, there are red flags, but people are ignoring the red flags. And so we don't address the issues, so universe decides it will address it for us and throw us right into the mix, and it's sink or swim time. Maybe this is something that was built on exhaustion, like maybe you just didn't feel like you had a choice in the matter and you just had to do what it took to survive, right? Maybe there's a lot of people pleasing, overworking on projects for other people. Your spirit just cannot carry that forever, right? You need a break. And sometimes the collapse is actually the beginning of the truth, like it's showing you, hey, this is just not going to work for this future that you've got in mind. And it's painful, right? Yeah, it's painful. But because this feels less like a punishment, that's not the energy I'm getting. It's more like life is saying, we can't keep living this way. I know, it's scary. It is. Especially for people whose safety has never been unpredictable before. The overall energy, though, you've got the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles actually gives me hope for this situation, and that's because pages mean beginnings, okay? Small beginnings, but beginnings nonetheless. Humble beginnings. And this feels like someone slowly learning how to build stability differently this time. So you've had all of that in the past, and I see you coming out from that. Maybe this Tower card is something that I'm showing it in the past, so it's not like something, it's something that you're just coming out of, or something that was in the past, okay? Because this is the overall energy telling me that this is what is happening currently, or soon to be happening. And it's not through panic, and it's not through over controlling, but it's through making grounded choices, okay? One step at a time, one bill being paid at a time, one boundary being set, one healthy decision that you're repeating consistently. It's certainly not flashy, okay? No one's gonna be running in and going, oh my gosh, you're doing so amazing. It's something for you. It's for you, so that you're feeling grounded again. Things are settling down for you, because this energy just looks like pure survival mode. And you've got to pull back from this and heal yourself, because you're going to make yourself sick, right? If you continue just living. And I know sometimes life hands us a bunch of problems, and we're supposed to figure it out. And the problems are essentially lessons for us. They're lessons that we need to work through in order to get out on the other side, right? So that we can get our blessings. So I also have this feeling of like mysteries and the unknown with this card here. This is an oracle card, unknown, puzzle, illusion, and confusing. So there's something going on at this time in your life that's sort of like an illusion or a mystery. And honestly, that could be even the world events that are going on right now. We just don't know what the future holds for us at this point. We hope that things will get better, but right now things look pretty dire. And it's definitely not an energy that feels very, very comforting to us. And it's really hard, right? So I'm just, of course, reading the energy for you. I know that all of you come from different backgrounds, have different stories, but I am feeling like the person I'm speaking to is on the cusp of getting their power back, okay? And again, if by the way, if you like this reading, if it resonates with you, please consider giving me a thumbs up and giving me a comment, letting me know, okay? I really would love to hear from you guys out there. So back to the reading, I did pull a couple of other cards that say to me that maybe you've been so stressed for so long that you're just shutting down. You're feeling just bored, or not bored, but just stagnant. Like you need momentum to get moving again, right? You feel like you've shut down. And maybe you've also got some issues with boundaries and people running over you and not respecting you, and it feels really intense right now. And maybe this is just, the card even says, is this a belief that I inherited without questioning? So maybe that's just sort of how you were raised, not to stand up for yourself, but just to give. But let me tell you, it looks fantastic from the outset, but inside, when you're giving and not receiving, that's a surefire way to get burned out and to heap on just a bunch of extra problems for yourself. So we don't like that, okay? I can't like that for you. I don't love it. So let's pull a few more cards, okay? Let's see what else Spirit has for us. Because right now I'm feeling like this is not a negative reading. There's positive things coming for you, okay? Yeah, right off the bat, we got the Hermit card. And the Hermit card tells me that you need some self-reflection time. It's time to withdraw from this situation, even just for a few days. You might say, oh, I can't, I've got all these things going. One thing that became very evident to me is when I refused to slow down, something would inevitably make me slow down. So what does that look like? Going ahead and taking on a bunch of extra projects that someone else could be doing because you're afraid to say no, because good girls, good guys don't say no. They always help out. And maybe you end up very sick, or you hurt your ankle or something, and so you physically cannot get up. I'm not trying to say that that's going to happen, but that's kind of the way universe works. Like if we refuse to take care of ourselves, something will happen, so we have to take care of ourselves. I'm just saying, because this energy is burnout. This is exhaustion. This is someone who can't do much more. And I think that there's a glimmer of hope in here for you. You know that. You are not, this is someone who, you've been around for a while. You're not a kid, right? You know better. It's just like, maybe this is just something that is a constant pattern in your life. You're always taking on all this extra stuff. And where is it getting you? I mean, we all have a different story, right? But where is this energy going to get you if you continue in it? And that's all the energy is saying, is what things do you need to sit with and address right away, and what things can wait. I'm not saying don't help people. I'm not saying that at all. Only you know what you can handle. But the energy is asking you, please slow down. Please rest. The Hermit card is someone who needs to search for themselves. Okay? So let me pull a couple more cards here for us. What else does Spirit want to say for us today? What does this lovely collective need to know? Okay, so we got the Moon card. That goes along very well with this mystery or this unknown kind of energy that's around us right now. There is a full moon here on the 31st of May. It is, I think it's going to be in Sagittarius, and it's our second full moon of the month of May. So it's what is known as a blue moon. So once in a blue moon. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that expression. But the moon card came up for you. And so this is a card of illusions and uncertainty, hidden things, mysteries. You may be facing like hidden fears that have always just been inside of you. Like, what if I don't do this? What's going to happen to me? What if I don't have enough money to retire? What if I didn't save enough? And those are always things that, as long as we're willing to go forth and find answers for ourselves, hiring somebody to help us, or if you don't have the money to hire someone, maybe do some research of your own. There's no reason, with all of the different resources we have at our disposal. For instance, Google. You can Google anything, and on YouTube there's millions upon millions of videos to teach you how to get your life together. It comes from a point of wanting more for yourself. Okay, and I know it's hard to look inward and like get some momentum to make things move for us, but no one's coming to save us. We've got to do the work ourselves, right? So, however that looks for you, just be sure Spirit's really asking you to look inward and figure some things out, because there are a lot of mysteries going on right now. And astrologically, especially this summer, there's going to be a lot of things going on that we've never seen before in our lifetimes, and maybe we'll never see again. So just make sure that you're sitting back and taking everything in and allowing yourself to sit in that discomfort, and maybe even start recognizing the patterns that you've been going over and over and over in your life and not getting anywhere. Okay? Again, the energy is promising, but there's definitely going to have to be some real momentum on your part in order to get out of this. Okay? I don't want to leave you with feeling like everything is lost. All is not lost. Okay? I would like to get for you an oracle card to see you out today. Let us do Wisdom of the Oracle, and that is this, Wisdom of the Oracle. And I will pull that right now and see what would like to come out. Yeah, this really looks like someone who, like I said, is just the most gentle soul. Like, you really care about people, and you should never stop that. That is definitely a good thing, but just know that there's somebody out there that might be taking advantage of you. Don't let that happen, okay? Make sure that you're looking out for yourself. The card I pulled is the Higher Power card. It's the number 4. You may be seeing the number 4 around quite a bit, and this is hard maybe for the camera to pick up, but the card is Higher Power, and let me just read the essential meaning for you. It's conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, and committing to a partnership with spirit. So that would be knowing that despite all the things that we go through in our daily lives on earth, we have a higher power that's watching over us, that we can tap into, that intuition, that knowing, okay? And so this says sometimes your work just flows through you. Ideas come rushing in, and inspiration bubbles up from a wellspring you didn't even know you could access. When you enter agreements, begin projects, and negotiate deals with spirit as your partner, you will always succeed. Let your higher power lead. The synchronicities and intuitive nudges you feel will help you see which way you are being pointed, giving you confidence to move forward in the right direction. Don't forget to give credit where credit is due. You wouldn't be a success without Spirit's guidance. Humility will serve you well when this symbol, higher power, comes up for you. Okay, that's beautiful energy. So don't feel like all is lost. There's always potential. And remember, energy readings, tarot readings, they're not like a sentence for you. It's not determined that this will happen. We have free will, and we can make our lives go in any direction we so choose. So if this reading resonated at all with you, please subscribe, and I hope you'll tune in again for another reading at another time. It was so wonderful to read for you today. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.